Welcome back to Your New Jersey Realtor with LaToya Wilson. LaToya, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am doing well. We are hitting mid-June now. What
Yes.
is the state of the market right now? In the Montclair area, is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market?
Well, it is definitely totally a seller's market in all areas, not just the Montclair area, New Jersey, and I think nationwide. It's just definitely a seller's market right now.
So in this type of market, what are the buyer's agent's responsibilities to their client?
Well, the buyer's agent's responsibility doesn't change. We are still, as realtors, supposed to give our buyers, our clients, the most upkeep results. Staying on top of the market, newly listed properties, and if things change or fluctuate with the market, we have to be as fast as the change in the market is to give over the best information to our clients. So seller's market, buyer's market, slow market, our responsibilities as realtors do not change.
So how much faster or slower is the market moving, right now compared to June 2020?
Well, we are on the pace for the same movement, very quick, very fast as June 2020. Last year, pandemic June time, it was just out of the charts with the market, with buyers and the interest rate so low. And we are reaching about the same type of climax now, 2021.
For someone who does want to buy a home, say in the next 30 or 60 days, are we able to get them into an open house or a showing, or is everything still virtual?
No, actually, viewings are arranged as long as you follow the correct procedures, COVID procedures, and have all of your PPE stuff with you. You can get out, go to open houses, schedule viewings, privately, and it goes just like it was prior. The home buyer can definitely get inside to take a look.
Now, for someone like me who is living in the city and might want to get a little more space,
Yes.
is the market moving so fast that I'm not going to be able to, get into the home before putting in an offer? Should I be prepared if I'm coming from out of the area? Should I be prepared to put in an offer without seeing the home in person?
Yes, absolutely. I have some buyers that are in the state, in the town. And before we even get out to view the home, because sometimes we have now coming soon listings, whereas we didn't have this pre-pandemic. So what happens is if an agent knows that they're getting a listing, they can actively list it as a coming soon, but the showing date might not be until 10 days later. So that gives everybody another opportunity to go ahead and place an offer and then view the home, but just to get your ranks in.
There was a Forbes article maybe earlier this spring, detailing a shift from buyers caring about the location of their home, of their new home,
Mhm.
to caring more about getting, a great deal. And instead of having to maybe live close to work, because now they can, work remotely, a buyer might be picking maybe a townhome, a condo with more community amenities, or,
Yeah.
finding a home that actually has, a home office. Have you noticed, any of this with your clients who maybe kind of changed their mind over the course of you working with them?
No, actually, I haven't. Most of the time when my clients come in, they are looking for a specific location. It has been a little easier because they are weighing their pros and cons, and sometimes they might take a location that they didn't expect it to take. But the property might have everything they're looking for. So it might be maybe another 25 minutes out, and not the location they wanted, but they are give and take with what the property has. And that's usually pretty common. I want to say that's been going on. Definitely throughout pandemic. People are a little more reasonable because they know that it's a shortage in the market right now with properties, even though properties are coming available more and more daily right now. But the location, no, it's still one of the biggest aspects.
So beyond the location, what is something that your clients are asking for most often?
Driveways, more than one bathroom. Everyone is looking for a driveway. They want to be able to have private parking. They want to have an additional bathroom, not just one bathroom, and not even just a half bathroom with a just powder room or so. Majority of the buyers now are looking for homes, single families with at least 2 bathrooms. And if it doesn't have the 2 bathrooms, already hook up. So they can go ahead maybe within a few years to renovate it and add a full bathroom. But the driveway is making the breaking the deals.
If I'm someone like I said, if someone like me coming from New York and I've had enough of the city, even though the city is reopening and we're getting back to where we were. But if I'm someone who said, you know what, enough is enough. I want a front yard. I want a driveway. Yes. I want multiple bathrooms. What sort of kind of maybe financials or what sort of expectations should I have, when I call you to be able to secure a home, in New Jersey, maybe in Montclair, maybe another neighborhood, say in the next, 30 days?
Well, I would first let you know it's a slim chance for the next 30 days because with everything being so competitive, it's definitely take a little longer than the 30 days, depending on your finances and what you will be prepared to offer, like your maximum. So we will go through a whole detailed workup and exactly what it is that you're looking for. I would have you weigh your pros and cons because you might not be able to get some of those amenities or some of the items that you are looking for. But we will go with your top 3 in the tier. And I would then also say be prepared, because if you're just saying 30 days, be prepared for a little longer. The market is just picking up and it's starting to move quickly. And just like I was saying before, people are putting offers in on properties prior to even viewing them. So I would definitely say to extend the time frame to at least round it out to about 90 days. And then trust me as your realtor to guide you the right way and trust the process. Because even with it being pandemic and the seller's market, home ownership and home buying is a process that you have to trust.
Now, this is a very, healthy market. Are you still seeing, you mentioned that you're getting the inventory starting to come back up a little bit to what it has been. Are you still seeing bidding wars on, every listing with your clients?
Every single listing.
So how do you manage that experience for your, buyers, clients? What are you telling them to kind of, to manage their expectations? Process.
Yes. Well, I give them a thorough explanation of what's going on with the market and make sure we have an open rapport. So, they can know not to get discouraged because it is a home. Like I said, it's home ownership. It's a process no matter what. But to be fully aware that a lot of times when we're seeing these properties and we're going in to put a bid or make an offer for a home, we need to go in at our highest and best, especially if it has the qualities in a home that they're looking for. And with us going in with the highest and best, it kind of gives us a fluctuation. A lot of agents that are listing properties, they're receiving minimally 15 offers on a home. Some of them are even generating 25 or better, depending on the location. So, I give them a full awareness so they can know what to expect and what not to expect, and to also trust the process.
Let's say we have a home that is asking $400,000, and I speak with you and I tell you, LaToya, we can do $410,000.
Okay.
What else can I do as a client that is going to sweeten the deal to have my offer accepted?
Well, first I would say if the home is listed at $400,000, that means it's in fairly decent condition. I would definitely say if $410,000 is your max, that would not be the home for you to look in, or the price range for this current state of the market. Because right now we're averaging minimally at least $30,000 minimum over list price to go in to bid on a home. I
So
have some
you,
offers we're going in 70,000 over and we're still not getting accepted. So I would definitely say that would not be the price range for you to start out. And we would just have to readjust our initial talk.
okay, so you would tell that client, I understand what you can
Absolutely.
do, but I don't want you to get your hopes up. It's
Exactly.
not you,
For
it's the
me,
market. You're not going to win this bid.
exactly. For me, I make my clients aware of properties before we even go into viewing. Because if they have sometimes you have buyers that might have an approval for 500,000, but they might not want to go over 400,000. And which is okay because you have to do what's in your budget that makes you comfortable. So we wouldn't look at homes at the top tier, the 400. Might have to go down into maybe mid threes so we can have a competitive start and a chance to win an offer and moving forward.
Now, I've heard people are maybe like waiving the appraisal fee.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, that is a big thing. And it started a little pre-pandemic. It started pre-pandemic. And what that actually is, and it's not for every single mortgage. For a FHA buyer, you cannot waive your appraisal. But for a conventional buyer or a buyer that's paying cash or using a line of credit, they can waive the appraisal. What that basically means is the mortgage company will not base the loan on the value of the house. So they can say, okay, we bid at 450. So the seller in then return knows that, hey, we're not getting appraisal. That means this 450 will stand. It's not going to have to be readjusted later in the process of home ownership. So buyers that are coming in that are conventional or possibly paying cash or a line of credit, they have one on top of an FHA buyer who definitely has to get an appraisal to go through with the purchase of the home. And that also makes this very competitive.
Well, you keep saying it's a very competitive market. Is it
Yes.
is it too tough right now for a first-time home buyer? Should they just maybe think about getting, another 6 months, 12 months on their, apartment lease?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I have a lot of buyers that has been very successful in this pandemic, but it's all on the buyer's comfortability level. Especially with us going into these higher price range for bidding. So if the price range will be a lot over what they want for their monthly payments or their monthly payout for their home, then I would say, hey, if we can't find nothing in between your price range, we can still keep everything open and something will present itself. Never give up because the right property for you will present itself. It's just a process.
Let's do a little bit of a crystal ball session here. What's this look like in 3 months and 6 months? This time next year, what do you forecast happening?
Well, I think definitely for the rest of the year, we're still going to be moving pretty competitively, especially with interest rates still very low compared to what they were a few years ago. So a lot of people still will be trying to take advantage of the market and especially the interest rate. So I definitely see that ongoing while the interest rates are low. Next year come around with the economy, getting back, I do think that we might have a small dip. Just a small one, but it all goes on to the economy.
Now, what's the hardest conversation you've had to have with a buyer over the last 6 months?
Keeping them inspired with purchasing. It can be a discouraging market for some buyers if they're in a certain price range or, if we're constantly putting in offers and none of them are being accepted, so it could be very discouraging. So just keeping them aware of the market, keeping them inspired to let them know it's a process. Because even before pandemic and it was a seller's market, I had buyers that were still struggling to find the right property for them. So it's still a process and it can turn around and you can find it, find the property that you want, right? So I just try to keep them inspired to let them know, trust the process. It will happen.
Well, it is like I said, a healthy, very competitive,
Yes.
challenging market at times. It is a lot worse if you're not using an experienced and patient real estate agent
Yes.
like yourself.
Yes.
So LaToya, our viewers can watch this episode and past episodes on YouTube, as well as listen to the audio version on Apple and Spotify by searching your New Jersey realtor, LaToya Wilson. How can clients and other realtors connect with you directly?
Well, I am on social media. My Instagram is NJRealtor1. I'm also on Facebook, Realtor LaToya. And then I also have an email that they can always reach out to me via my website, which is realtorlatoya.com or realtorlatoya@gmail.com.
Well, LaToya, thanks so much for your time today. We're looking forward to next episode.
Yes, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.